Hello, Namaskar to all the viewers of this particular channel, JP Study Center Accountancy Hub, which is being run by your favorite faculty, that is Sudhakar JP. As the previous video, my dear students, we have completed class 19. Now we are in the class 20. Okay. This problem belongs to the errors disclosed in the next year. Please remember, when the errors disclosed in the next year, in the place of income, in the place of expenses, we have to use profit and loss adjustment account. But it should not be used in case of asset, capital and liability. You keep them as it is. The following mistakes were located in the books of a concern after its books were closed. See, after its books were closed. When the books were closed, it is nothing but it indicates that it belongs to the next year. Because accounts closed means what? Financial accounts are closed. Errors are disclosed after closing the financial account. Means usually 31st March, the errors are disclosed. After that, and a suspense account is to be opened. Oh, we have to open suspense account in order to get the trial balance agreed. Fine. The first concept, sales day book over cost. Over cost means we have to take it in opposite side. Sales means what? Income. Income is what balance? Credit balance. When you are taking it in opposite side, where we have to take, instead of taking in credit side, we have to take it in opposite side. That is, opposite side means it comes in debit side. Fine. Income. In the place of income, what we have to use? In the place of income, we have to use profit and loss adjustment account. Now tell me, what is your rectified entry? Profit and loss adjustment is to be debited. Profit and loss is to be debited, then suspense account is to be credited. Then what's the entry? Profit and loss adjustment account debit to suspense account. Let us write the first entry. Profit and loss adjustment account debit to suspense account, an amount of rupees 1000 dash 1000. I hope you got it right. See the next one. Sale of 5000 to X wrongly debited to the account of Y. Now tell me, my dear student, where the mistake is committed? Is in the account of X and Y or is in the sales? First you need to have that clarity. Otherwise, you will say sales means income, income means P&L adjustment. No, it's not the case, my dear student, because you have sold goods to X, but recorded in, debited in Y. Mistake is committed in what? Mistake is committed in the name of a debtor, but not in the sales of sales. So sales account में correct entry हुआ. So sales को आपने neglect करना, because nothing is wrong made in sales account. Now when you sold goods to X, who is X? X is a debtor. What is to be done for debtor? Debtor is to be debited. But unfortunately, you have debited to whom? You have debited to Y. What debit it is? Wrong debit. So X is correct debit. X is correct debit, but Y is wrong debit. Now what to do? Keep the correct in the same place. Shift the wrong in the opposite place. Now what will be your entry? X account debit, X is to be debited, Y is to be credited. X is to be debited, Y is to be credited. Then your journal entry will be what? X account debit to Y's account. Sir, why you are not using P&L suspense account? Because, my dear students, it is a debtor. Debtor does not comes under the P&L suspense account. P&L suspense account is to be used only in case of incomes and expenses, but not in case of asset and liabilities. See what happened in the next point of your problem. See here. General expenses rupees 180 posted in the general ledger. General ledger means posted in general expenses account. Posted in general expenses is called general ledger as 810. Now, once I explain what do you mean by general expenses, it is a expenses. In the place of expenses, what we have to use? We have to use P&L adjustment. What you have done this in P&L adjustment, instead of recording 180, it is a correct amount. You have recorded 810 as a wrong amount. Instead of recording 810, you have instead of recording 180, you have recorded 810. Instead of recording 180, you have recorded 810. What happened? Here you have over wait for a few seconds, over debited. When you over debited, where we have to take it in opposite side. Fine, let me continue here. See, when it is a expenses means what? Debit. But what you have done, you have taken over debited. Over debited means where we have to take it in opposite side. Opposite side means credit side we have to take. Got it, my dear student? Instead of recording 180 in the debit side, I repeat my explanation. Instead of debiting 180 rupees in the P&L adjustment account, you have debited 810. What happened? Over debited. Over debited means we have to take it in opposite side. Opposite side means credit side. What is to be taken in opposite side? Instead of taking general expenses, we have to take P&L adjustment. Then what is your journal entry? P&L adjustment account is to be credited. Then we have to debit our Apad Bhandava suspense account debit. What account debit? Suspense account debit. Now your entry will be suspense account debit to P&L adjustment account. Shall we give the entry now? That is what? Suspense account debit to P&L adjustment account. How much amount it is, my dear students? An amount of rupees, difference amount of rupees, over debited by how much? You have to work out the amount, right? How much over debited? 810 में 180 निकालना, कितना आता? 630 आता. 630 is your over debited. Sorry, instead of 360, it is 630 rupees over debited. Over debited. So how much I have to write? 630. Shall we? Shall we move on to the next transaction, my dear students? See what happened in the next transaction. Bills receivable 1550 passed through the bills payable. Bills receivable is a asset. Asset is to be debited, correct debit. Passed through the bills payable is liability, is a wrong credit. Okay, fine. The bill was given by P. When you received a bill from P, who is P? P is your debtor. When you received bills from P, your bills receivable increase, your debtor will decrease. Am I right? That's why the entry is bills receivable account debit to debtors account. So bills receivable increased debit, debtor increased credit, he is to be credited as a correct entry. Instead of recording in BR, you have recorded in BP, means it is a wrong credit. Now tell me what is your rectified entry. Let us try. So now what we have to do? Keep the correct in the same place. Keep the correct in the same place. These two are correct. This is a wrong. It is to be taken in opposite side. means debit side. Now tell me, bills receivable account is to be debited. Now bills payable opposite side, it is also to be debited. Debtor is to be credited. Entry is bills receivable account debit, bills payable account debit to debtor P. Is it necessary to use anywhere as a P and L suspense? No, asset, liability, asset does not. We should not use our P and L adjustment account. Shall we write the entry, my dear student? Now the entry number 4. That is bills receivable account debit, bills payable account debit to who is a debtor? P's account. Who is P? P is a debtor. How much amount? Let me check once whether is it correct or not. 1550. How much it is? 1550 is correct. So 1550, 1550 कुल मिला के 3100 being wrong credit in bills payable account is rectified. Wrong credit in bills payable account is rectified. Now let me move on to the next one. Legal expenses 1990 paid to Mrs. Neetu, debited to her personal account. Do you think this Mrs. Neetu is a proprietor? No. Personal account means Neetu's account is being debited. So I can say it is a wrong debit. Because instead of, see, now let me tell you, legal expenses means expenses. In the place of expenses, what we have to use? P&L adjustment. It is to be debited correctly. Instead of debiting legal expenses, my dear students, they have debited her personal account, means Neetu's personal account is debited. Now what is your rectified entry? As usual, every time as usual what I am telling you. Now the same thing, keep the correct in the same place, shift the wrong in the opposite place. Now what is your rectified entry? Legal expenses is to be debited, Neetu account is to be credited. So legal expenses account means P&L adjustment account debit to P&L adjustment account debit, P&L adjustment account debit to Neetu's account 1990. Entry number 5. P&L adjustment account debit to Neetu's account 1190. Being wrong debit to Neetu's account is rectified. Wrong debit to Neetu's account is rectified. Now let me move on to the next transaction, my dear student. Cash received from Ram debited to Sham. See, when you received cash from Ram, Ram is your debtor. Debtor decreased credited. Instead of crediting Ram, you have debited Ram as a wrong debit. This is correct credit, this is wrong debit. Now what is your rectified entry? As usual, keep the correct in the same place, shift the wrong in the opposite place. So debit ke opposite means credit. Then who is to be credited? Ram is to be credited, Sham is to be credited. When you are crediting both Ram and Sham, who is to be debited? The suspense account is to be debited. Did you understood? Because both the Ram and the Sham comes in the credit side. Ram as usual correct credit, Sham is wrong debit, also comes in credit side. So both are coming in the credit side. Then who is to be taken on debit side? Our Apat Bandhava, that is suspense account. Now the entry will be what? I think entry number, it is 6 it seems, right? Entry number 6. What is the entry now? Suspense account debit to Ram's account to Sham's account. How much amount, my dear student? An amount of 1500 dash 1500 dash sorry, because suspense account double amount, it is an amount of 3000, ram dash 1500, sham dash 1500. Now we will move on to the last point of this problem. While carrying forward the total of one page of the purchase book to the next, the amount of 1235 written as 1325. क्या हुआ अब? Same side. Instead of writing 1235, you have recorded 1325. क्या हुआ अब? 0, 9. Right? This is called over cost. Instead of over cost, I can say over carry forward. When it is over carry forward, we have to take it in what side? We have to take it in opposite side. Okay, let me explain. While carrying forward total of the one page of purchase book means what? Expenses means what? We have to use P and L adjustment. क्या हुआ अब? Overcost हुआ. Expenses means debit. My dear student, when it is debited and we have to take it in opposite side. Opposite side means where we have to take? We have to take the P and L adjustment in the credit side. है ना? P and L adjustment overcost हुआ. When it is overcost, we have to take it in opposite side. Opposite side means the P and L adjustment comes in the credit side. Then who is to be taken in the debit side? We have to take suspense account debit. I think you got it right, my dear student. That is entry number what? 7. That is suspense account debit. Instead of using purchases, what we have to write? We have to write P and L adjustment account. How much amount? The over carry forward of 90 rupees. Being over carry forward of purchase account is rectified, we have to leave a space to write one more entry. That is, we have to prepare P and L adjustment account. The balance of this account is to be transferred to where? To the capital account. See what happened in the first entry. In P and L adjustment, we have written suspense. Suspense is in what place? Suspense is in the credit place. So it comes to where? It comes in the debit side. So let us write to suspense account. It is an amount of how much, my dear student? It is an amount of rupees 1000. So okay, fine. See the next one. In XY, there is no suspense, P and L. Here we have a P and L adjustment. Now the suspense is in what side? Now the suspense is in the debit side of journal. So suspense goes to where? Credit side of ledger. So let us write by suspense account. It is how much? 630. See the next one. BR account, BP account, PIS account. So there is a no question of P and L. Oh, P and L nahi hai. P and L adjustment to Neetu. Neetu is in the credit of journal. So she goes to the debit side of ledger to Neetu's account. It is an amount of rupees 1190. है ना? बाद में क्या हुआ? No. In the sixth entry, suspense account debit to Ram and Sham. So Ram and Sham will not come. P and L adjustment is not there. Suspense account debit to P and L. Now the suspense account is in the debit of journal. So it comes where? Credit side of ledger. Suspense account 90. Now my dear student, you close. When you close, your debit side is more as 2190. 2190 में दो भी निकालना, निकाले तो कितना आता 1470. This goes to where? Capital account. Now my dear student, when capital account appears in the credit side of ledger, it comes where? Debit side of journal. Then entry will be what? Capital account debit to P&L adjustment account. That is the 8th entry. Capital account debit to P&L adjustment account. Now how much we are getting? 1470 dash 1470 being balance of P&L adjustment account transferred to capital account. Now my dear student, apart from this, he is asking us to prepare one more ledger. That ledger is suspense account. Shall we prepare suspense account? Okay, fine. Let me prepare one more ledger, that is suspense account. Fine. See the first entry. Now I use a different color. Now what happened here? Fine, I use instead of white I use P&L adjustment to suspense. Now the P&L is in the debit place, so it goes to where? Credit side of suspense account. So what I have to write? By P&L adjustment account 1000. Did you understood? Now there is no suspense. Here we have a suspense. In suspense, see my dear student, in suspense I have to write P&L adjustment. P&L adjustment is in the credit side, so it comes in the debit side. How much amount? 630. You got it right. Now BP account, BR account debit, BP account debit to Mr. P. So there is a no suspense. P&L to Neetu, there is a no surplus. I mean suspense. The surplus not suspense. Here we have a suspense account debit to Ram and Sham. Both the Ram and Sham are in the credit of journal. So they comes where? Debit side of ledger. To Ram's account, I think it is 1500. To Sham's account 1500. Hua. Do we have in the 7th entry suspense account debit to P&L adjustment. Now the P&L adjustment is in the credit of journal, so it comes in the debit side with 90 rupees. Am I right? Now you close your suspense account. How much you are getting? That is 3720. Difference is, we can write difference in trial balance or difference in trial balance. Difference in what? Difference in trial balance. That is 2720. Sir, is it necessary to pass any entry? No, not required. Okay, that itself is your balancing figure. It can be written as a difference, or else you can go for carry down and brought down. Okay, my dear student, this is how we have to solve this problem. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Let us meet in the next video with the next problem on the rectification of errors disclosed in the next year. Bye-bye.